Hello and welcome to Meanwhile back on the hobby farm. Hey, before we start this video, if you could do me a huge favor, the lower right hand corner is a little pink reddish tab. It says, you can barely read it, subscribe. If you would click on subscribe, it's not going to take you to another window. It's going to do nothing. It's just going to let you subscribe to my channel, which helps us out very much. Hey, I wanted to go over some of my herbs, natural medicines that I take. I'm not a medicine type guy. Don't get me wrong. Conventional medicine has its place. If you're in an extreme lot of pain and you need morphine because you've got a leg that's dangling or you get hit by a pickup truck, by all means, conventional medicine is good to a certain point. Too many physicians these days, they're into making the big bucks on the pharmaceutical companies, even though supposedly they're not allowed to pay them anymore any special dividends for promoting their products. We all know it still happens. Natural medicine prevention is your best option that you have in life. You can't go wrong. Yes, some herbal remedies do have side effects. Some can be toxic. You just got to know what you're doing. You've got to research. Before I begin and go into individually on some of these, I want to make a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a physician. I am not a nurse. I am not giving medical advice. I'm not telling you that any of these herbs and vitamins are medicine that's going to cure you. Not at all. You've got to do your own homework. This is just works for myself and a lot of people that I know that end up going the route of going the natural medicine way versus the conventional money-making pharmaceutical ways. So we're going to start off by, first thing first, cup of coffee. I can't go the day without coffee. I love my coffee. Say there's the debate, is it good for you, is it bad for you? You know what? I take all this natural medicine stuff, but you know what? I eat junk food like anybody else. Okay, we're going to start off with bananas, okay? Why does he have bananas? I've got some of the vitamins that I take. I do not take potassium because the banana has them. Eat a banana a day, you're all set. We're going to start off by going over here. Right here is 31-day supply. I can't use one of these things anymore. They're too small. I can't fit them all in there. Plus, the vitamin D gels tend to stick on them, and half the time I miss them. So I put a day supply, and I've got 31 days of my daily vitamins in there. Okay, we're going to kind of sit down here. We're going to go through some of the stuff. CalMeg right there. If you see my bag of CalMeg. This is also known as the green Shredder, also known as King of Bitter. And yes, it is bitter. It is the most horrendous tasting substance you will ever put in your body. And you're saying, Ken, why would I take it? Well, it's got a lot of medicinal values to it that's really going to help your immune system beyond anything you're going to get at your local pharmacy on the corner. It protects your liver from free radicals. It supports your immune system, gives it quite the boost. Sinuses, respiratory tract, treats congestion, colds, anything phlegm, especially with that new C19 that's been haunting us for the last year and a half. Any first sign of any type of congestion, temperature, coughing, losing of taste, I take this. I don't take it every day. And let me warn you, if you decide to get this stuff, you have to dilute it with water and you have to dilute it with honey or whatever you want. All you take is 1/4 teaspoon. That's it. This is a teaspoon. You take 1/4 teaspoon. I put it in one of these little cups right here. And I put in a teaspoon of honey, warm water. I mix it up good. And before I drink it, I have a glass of like ginger ale or orange juice sitting nearby as a chaser, because I'm telling you, it leaves a bitter, bitter taste in your mouth. You can't take your finger, stick it in this bag, put it on your tongue, and be macho man and say, oh, it didn't affect me. My boys tried that. They'll tell you. It's horrendous. Next thing we have over here, we're going to go to some of the vitamins that I take every day. I take the omega 3 2,000 milligrams every day. I take an aspirin every day. Normally baby aspirin, but I just realized these were the full strength. I'm getting old. Don't want to rip that gut out, so I'm going to cut back down to the low dosage. Vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams a day I take. Probiotics I take every day. Vitamin B12. Iron. You sleepy and droopy, need some energy, take some iron. I don't take more than one a day. I add salt to my food, and 99% of the salts are iodide, because if you don't have iron in your body, you are going to be in a heap of trouble. That's why they added it on there. D3, one of the most important and most popular vitamins you will hear in the last year and 3/4 due to that C19 that's been coming around. I take 3,000 IUs a day. These are 1,000 IUs. And let me tell you something. When people were first admitted to the hospital with the C19, they ended up actually giving them intravenous injections of high dosages of vitamin D3. They were giving 10,000 IUs a day. They're not doing it anymore, and the reason why they're not doing it anymore is because the pharmaceutical companies who are paying off the politicians in Washington don't want you to be cured. They want your business. You know what? A cured patient is a lost customer, which equals money. So, first sign, I will give you an example. This morning I woke up. My wife thought I was dying. I was coughing. I was hacking. I had a lot of phlegm, chest congestion. I still do, but it's curing up now since I've already taken my stuff. I upped it to 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3. Now they sell it, I think they have it in 2,000 IUs, so you only have to take 5 of them. Can you overdose on D3? Not really. Your body is only going to take what it needs, and the rest is going to be, it's coming out of your system. Your body's going to get rid of it. That's why in the wintertime, a lot of people end up having colds and flus. People say, "Oh, it's because we're all inside. We're all around each other. There's no air flowing from outside." No, that's not the case. The reason why flu season and the cold season is primarily in the wintertime is lack of sunshine. Vitamin D equals sunshine. Never understood why they didn't end up putting vitamin D3 in bright yellow sunshine bottles. It's lack of sunshine, and I'm going to tell you that will promote you big time when it comes to trying to get rid of that C19. But you won't hear that from the experts. Okay, we're going to come over here. We've got honey. When it comes to honey, we all know honey is one of the oldest substance available, and it never goes bad. They pull honey out of the Egyptian tombs and pyramids, and they are still good. Never goes bad. Excuse me there. So, and when you purchase honey, purchase it locally. And the reason why you purchase it locally is, I got to pause for a second here. Got a little frog in my throat. Okay, we're back. The frog is gone. Purchase honey locally, because when you purchase honey locally, the bees that are pollinated, that actually produce the honey, are taking their pollen and their intake, and the compound of the honey is made from your local environment, what grows around you. You know, if you end up taking honey from someone that produced it halfway across the country or 10 miles away, there's ragweeds, there's different pollens, there's different substances that are not compounds inside the honey that's not going to help you out. Word of caution, stay away from these little dollar stores that sell these cute little teddy bear jars that say honey, because guess what? 80% of those are imported from China. And we all know what kind of crap comes from China. Buy locally, support your local beekeeper. I can't imagine there's not an area within 5 miles of anyone in this country that cannot find honey that's grown locally. Okay, garlic. I planted this year. Didn't get much, but I got a jar and I'm happy. I take one of these small clove pieces every morning. Garlic is awesome for you. It's good for asthma, allergies, ringworm. It's a great cancer prevention. It's good for lowering your cholesterol. They sell a product on the line called garlic. I like using it. If I could use fresh, I'm going to use fresh. So that's why I use one of these. It's sitting in a jar of apple vinegar, apple cider vinegar. And I just take one a day. And does it taste terrible? Nah, just chop it up a little bit and chase it down with a little bit of orange juice or apple juice, and it's perfectly fine. Also good for if you're going to be out in the woods for a prolonged period of time, is take a little needle and make a hole in it and put a string around it, put it around your neck. It'll keep the mosquitoes away. And will keep people away, too, if you put enough of it on there. But it's a great repellent, too. Next to it is Feverfew. Feverfew. I grow that in the backyard. See these little flower heads right here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome herb. Feverfew is good for allergies, prevents headaches, and I use the word prevents. If you have a headache, a doctor gives you some heavy-duty medicines to take, some highly toxic, chemically induced drugs, and it might take the edge off. Feverfew is not going to do that for you. You got a headache and say, Ken told me to take Feverfew. It's going to kill me. It's going to go away. Ain't going to happen. My English is bad, I know. You never know. I used to teach in college and I used the word ain't. But it's not going to happen. Feverfew is a preventive herb. You take Feverfew, you can take it in a tea, which I will end up doing. I don't have headaches, so I'm probably never going to take it. I have it in case somebody has headaches and they want some. They sell it in caplets. So I am going to be making caplets for my family next year. I cannot sell it. It would be against the law. But I'm going to make I'm going to take the empty gelatin caplets, and I'm going to put my powder on there. I'm going to turn the Feverfew flower heads into it. I know someone 30 years ago used to have massive, massive headaches to the point where I would take her to the hospital, and they would just, give her morphine and pump her up with all kinds of crap, and it would take care of it. Finally talked them into taking 2 Feverfew caplets. You can get them at your vitamin store. Taking 2 Feverfew caplets in the morning for 6 weeks without missing a day. Even if you had a headache or not, I said, I'd take it. And I used to have to make sure I had that bottle on the counter every day. And guess what? About 4 weeks into it, she said, I haven't had a headache in about a week and a half. And then she kept on taking it. And eventually she dropped down to 1 Feverfew caplet a day when she got up and did not have a headache for months. I'm sorry, for years after that. Not one headache. It has to do with the dilation of your blood vessels. And a lot of these headaches that people get, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them tend to affect the female gender, and a lot of it has to do with the monthly monster that comes to visit. It messes with your body and the dilation of your blood vessels. So, Feverfew, very good. Stevia, next door. I grew some stevia here. Stevia is a sugar substitute. People say, I heard that causes cancer. Anything causes cancer. If you take the whole bottle, stevia is an awesome, it's great for diabetes. It's great for diet, weight loss. It's an appetite depressant. You don't want sugar. You can't have sugar. Stevia is your way to go. It's a great alternative. There's no harsh chemicals. It's natural. It's a plant. I grow it in the backyard. It's awesome. Definitely suppresses your appetite. I don't add sugar to my coffee. I do add creamers, and I have pumpkin spice cream. And so I shouldn't use it. I should put just a little twig of stevia, and it's, I think, 25 times or 50 times stronger than sugar. Just put a little piece of that leaf in it, and you're all set. Hey, next door, we've got some lemon balm. Lemon balm, I love the smell of it. It's great for anxiety. It's aromatherapy, good for your cardiovascular. It's been known to help with the reduction of herpes, cold sores, hypertension, mucus, sore throats. It's also an antidepressant. Makes a great tea. I have an individual has a little handle of tea infusion, but I let my 18-year-old son, he's into herbs, and I think it's great. He's using it right now. I got to buy another one. Actually, I'm going to buy him one and take mine back. I've had it for 35 years. Use a tea ball. You don't need one this big. Put some of that lemon balm in there and steep it in some water with a little bit of honey, and It's awesome. It's the taste, the aroma of it is great. Next to it, we've got, which is part of the mint family, also with the lemon balm, is spearmint. And I got apple mint. And I got let's see, we've got my peppermint. Hey, here's a plug for my business. Big Lake Herbs. Don't look at the website yet on there because I don't have it up and running. But awesome. Mints are great. Mints are good for aromatherapy, especially peppermint. You just smell it and it's like, Good for bronchitis, your cardiovascular, colds, congestion, fatigue, flu, ulcers, insect repellent. It's good for everything. Peppermint especially. I didn't put the bottle on the table here today. Peppermint. You can get these little bottles. I'm going to show you actually. I shouldn't be sharing this with you because then they're going to run out. Peppermint oil, essential oils. You can get a bottle this size, which is 15 millimeters. You can get them at Myers, Walmart, and pay about $7 to $8 for a bottle. Here's today's secret. Aldi's sells them $3.99 a bottle. Take it, put it in a spray bottle, like a Windex size bottle, and fill it up with water. Add one of this in there. You go outside. It will repel ticks. It will repel lice, mosquitoes. It's a great repel. Mice, moles. I spray the whole inside of our camper with peppermint oil and water. Open up all the cupboards in the house, underneath the sink, closets, shelves, and you can spray it like we have a food pantry, and I spray it once every 2 weeks. I spray it. I don't care. Everything is in cans and glass bottles and jars. I just spray everything, mist it real quickly with the peppermint oil. We used to have mice problems. We live out in the country. We're on a hobby farm. We used to have mice, big time problems. We very seldom do we see a mouse around. Occasionally we might see one, but we don't see. Peppermint oil is the way to go. Okay, catnip, which is part of the mint family. People say, oh, what do I want catnip for? I want to go crazy like a cat? No, has the opposite effects on humans. It is a great relaxation herb. Take use your little tea ball, have a little tea at nighttime before you go to bed of catnip. It is so much better than taking the what am I looking for here? The melatonin. Society's hooked on it these days. You wake up 99% of the time, you're groggy from it. It takes you forever to snap out of it. Melatonin, people think I'm going to give my kid a whole bunch of melatonin so they sleep and I can have a quiet night. That's not good parenting. Melatonin is not good. You want something good? Catnip right there. Don't get me wrong, I used to take melatonin, but I didn't like the side effects. We got the apple mint next door. Okay, what else we got going on over here? Some of my herbs that I have in here that I package, I will be selling in the near future. I think I covered everything over here that I do take. I got. Oh wait, how did that get in there? That's for the horses for worms. Oh, what is that? No, I can't believe that. Ivermectin. I can't believe that. How did that end up over here? Jeez, I don't know. But anyway, folks. Just a little video on what I take for my for myself. I try to promote this to help people. I'm not trying to sell them this stuff. I don't care if the people grow it or buy them themselves, but I'm telling you, the best thing you can do is go the natural medicine route. So much better for you. Very few sides. Some of them have, a lot of these, especially the vitamins and the herbs, will say if you're pregnant or if you're a baby, an infant, do not take them. Yeah, listen to your doctor. But there are natural medicine doctors out there. I want to give, I guess I could put it on the bottom, a shout out to Dr. Andrew Weil. He's a natural medicine doctor out of University of Arizona. The guy is awesome. Been following him for years, and he gets me upset about one thing. I stopped getting into the natural medicine things for a good 15, 20 years, and lo and behold, I went back to watching him again recently. The guy has not aged a second. He looks the same as he did 35 years ago. It's just, it's amazing. He takes good care of himself. And he's the one that's taught me a lot by watching a lot of his books. He's got a book called Spontaneous Healing, which is a mind over matter over diseases and stuff. I read that years ago, and I actually gave that. I was serving court documents to somebody about 10 years ago. They were battling tumors, brain tumors, and I gave him that book that he had, and don't know whatever happened to that lady, but she was interested in reading up on natural medicines versus going the conventional madman pharmaceutical companies. Hey, which before I end this, I do want to pause this for 1 second here. Okay, now we're looking at one of our food pantries. I'm going to be building a very large one downstairs, but this is our upstairs daily use one. And yes, stocking up on canned goods. Yes, we could have grown our own carrots and our own corn and all this stuff and peas, but you know what? There's only so many hours in a day. But I'll tell you, I've been stocking up, and when you do, I will let you know. Let me show you something here. Happy Harvest is my favorite brand. It comes from Aldi's, and guess what the ingredients is, folks? The ingredients is carrots and water. That's it. That's the way to go. Be careful when you stock up on a lot of this stuff, because you can get carrots at some stores that have carrots and all kinds of preservative chemicals in it. You don't want that stuff. But anyway, here's some of the stuff that we made. We've got tomatoes, and I've got some more to make. Some jams, some jellies, processing grapes right now. I'm going to end up, if I end up using them all for jams, I will have 200 half-pint jars of grape jam if I don't end up making wine or juice out of them. Here's some of my supplies. Though over here, that doesn't look too natural, you're saying, those cheese balls. Those are actually for my goats, our goats. And but they're not all filled. Once they're empty, I save the container. There's Rice Krispies in this one. Anytime I buy anything, I put it in different containers, because I feed my goats a treat every morning. They get Rice Krispies, they get Cheerios, they get cheese puffs, they get all that good stuff. Some more Cheerios there. But anyway, I like to put everything into jars. Okay, we're going to pause this for 1 second again. Okay, we're back here. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it on the bottom right-hand side. And the like button. The reason why I showed you the pantry is, if you look at the lamestream news media today, Sam's Club just announced there is already the beginning of a shortage of paper products, toilet papers, paper towels, spring water, and other items. There's going to be a major shortage of not just that, of food items, vitamins, natural herbs. There's a shortage coming, folks. I know people have been saying, oh, you're just crying up a storm. It's happening. Look at the Lame Street Media, and they're going to show you. Sam's Club just did announce yesterday there's going to be a shortage coming up. So I'm telling you, you better get your butt to the store, no pun intended, and buy yourself some TP. Or you could use there's some herbs that you can grow too that'll you can use instead. But I prefer to use paper. Stock up, folks. Most pharmaceutical companies, they're not all over the country in every city. We're fortunate to have a couple around our area, have outlet stores where you can buy vitamins. You can buy, brand name vitamins, off-brand name vitamins, pennies on the dollar at their outlet stores. If you know a family member or a friend that works at some of these places, sometimes they let employees, they give them to them. They give them a whole bunch. Stock up. And again, don't get me wrong. Stock up on cold medicines, flu remedies, NyQuil, urinary tract medicine, Pepto-Bismol. Stock up on it. I am not anti-medicine at all. I'm going to tell you, if the poop hits the fan and somebody is sick as can be, we don't have the natural herbs or the vitamins or whatever that's going to help us boost our immune system to get over it, I'm going to take those over-the-counter medicines, and you should too. Stock up, folks. This is your Ken non-prepper, meanwhile back on the hobby farm lecture of the day is start stocking up, because I'm telling you, we very well could be seeing a very large shortage. Look at the workforce. I mean, I go by, being a private investigator, I do a lot of traveling, and everywhere I go, restaurants are closed, stores are closed, schools are closing because they don't have enough. people aren't working. We're stock up, folks. That's my word of advice. Hey, anyway, I hope this really helped you out, folks. I like sharing. I am not an expert. I'm not a doctor. Anything that I had mentioned is not legal medical advice from me. I am not a doctor. It's just my way of life that I like to live, and I like to share it. Any questions, you always feel free to contact me. Hey, visit us on Facebook too. If you type in "Meanwhile Back on the Hobby Farm" on Facebook, we have a nice page going. That's where most of my followers are. Don't have many followers here yet because I'm still new at the YouTubing and all that good stuff. Someday I will be, but I'm also going to put a couple of links on the bottom of some YouTubers that I watch. One is Heidi from Rain Country. This lady is awesome. She's big into her herbs, her vitamins. She is a Jane of all trades. Her and her husband. I mean, she knits clothes and sews clothes and does a lot of canning and a lot of vitamins and herbs and you name it. I'm going to put a link on there for hers, and I'm going to put a link on there for Dr. Andrew Weil. Folks, hit the subscribe button on the bottom. We really appreciate it very much. Hey, thanks. God bless. Be good and be kind to each other. And most importantly, be prepared.